Hi Sagittarius, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have an awesome tarot reading for you guys. Yes, we do. And we see the unicorn over here, and here's the warrior. He's he's approaching what is called paradise here, Sagittarius. So he's running back here like to explain, I understand now, this is paradise. There's a little bit of guilt associated here because he didn't realize that at first hand. Yeah, right. A lot of us realize opportunities kind of late in the game, but this shows that it's not too late for somebody or a couple. Yeah, I feel like it is. So before we begin, though, you guys, if you would like your own psychic reading, you may always get one. They're accurate. I'm a Silva grad, and they're really a lot of fun. They are, and also, we do the tarot spread at the end, so now we have another, unique insight to share with you, right? About yourself or about somebody else, right? If you don't understand somebody or trust them, I would definitely get one of those. If you want a free 5-minute psychic reading with Mystic Sense, that link is below too. Okay, let's get into it, Sagittarius. And yeah. And so now we have liberation. Here's the beautiful woman here, and she couldn't find a car, Sagittarius, right? And she said, darn if I'll take the bus, right? So here she is on her goose, and she's departing. She's leaving. She's leaving this this place here. The man waves goodbye. He's like a neighbor or somebody, right? Or somebody she works with. She's going to, going somewhere where she really wants to feel, where she's going to be happy, or she feels like she will be. And she's liberating herself. This card, interesting, can talk about separation, but it talks about really liberating yourself to be where you really feel like you are aligned, where you're happy, where you really want to be. And here's a man running back here to we know this is paradise because the unicorn is here and the babbling brook or the sparkling stream, if you would, if you like it that way, right? And so here he is. And so this is somebody who probably, I feel like somebody's coming to you, and because we have the wildflowers here, and this is renewal. Yeah, we do. This is going to be a very awesome reading. Somebody's coming here, and they could have waited a long time. There's an implication here with this woman, like, gee, I waited so long, now I'm like, hallelujah. Yeah, her hands are up in the air, right? And yeah, and so over here, too, he runs back after some time and says, why didn't I see this before? It's basically like that. And interesting over here with this card, Sagittarius, we have the Liberation card. I feel like that's the name of it here. Here's Libra, and here's Aquarius. This is like liberating yourself within relationships, or getting to the relationship that feels authentic to you, or where you feel like you are not restricted anymore, right? Because this is what Aquarius is about. Aquarius is about liberation and freedom, and it's also about aligning with your true authenticity, or somebody else's too, right? You might feel really aligned with that. And so yeah, we have Aries is here as well. Just one moment, you guys. And Aries is, of course, the first sign in the zodiac, right? And so just a heads up, you guys, I have a new channel, and it's called Divine Soul Astrology, and I've put my first video up and put it up today. Yeah, and that's about Pluto and Aquarius, and it went into Aquarius about 12 days ago. But never fear, we're not too late, because it's going to be in Aquarius for 20 years. Yeah, it is. And go see how that's going to affect you. It's a generational planet. It's going to affect the collective, everybody, but it will affect the 12 signs a little differently. So yeah, go check that out for all 12 signs. And this reading is for anybody with a lot of Sagittarius in their chart. Yes, it is. It doesn't have to be just your sun sign. This is why astrology is so important, for us to understand and, and get our chart, right? Yeah, it's fascinating anyway, right? And here's Aries, and Aries is about taking control, kind of. It's about new beginnings. He is the first sign in the zodiac. And Aries is a cardinal sign. It would be a cardinal sign because the cardinal sign steps forward and goes after their dreams, right? And stands up for what they want. They start things, right? They do. And this is about somebody who wants to come and start a relationship with you. And I also feel like this person, when we see Aries here, and we see this liberation, which is really talking about kind of Pluto and Aquarius over here. But with regard to this situation here, we see that this card, because this can mean that whoever's coming here feels like you really support them, or that they want to really support you. Yeah. And I feel like the problem that was happening here, Sagittarius, or could have been, is, right, because, it's going to be different for all Saggies, right? Saggies, right, is here's the sacred woman, and she's the beautiful native woman. She is. And this is a really interesting card in this deck. For me, this is the most interesting card, the richest card in this deck, which talks about love. This is the true oracle deck, but the sacred woman it talks about the divine feminine energy, and here's the white buffalo calf. And she was the one who came and said, when the white buffalo appears, and the white buffalo will be returning because they went extinct. I feel like not entirely, but there will be a new age. And we are in a new age because Pluto and Aquarius is a new age, right? Yeah, I was playing tennis with somebody yesterday and they cracked me up. They go, I don't know anything about astrology except that song, Aquarius, right, by the Fifth Dimension. Back in the 60s, and I used to love that song. I was a little girl, and I used to think that song was so cool, but I also love the Fifth Dimension. So, right, and she sang that song, Marry Me Bill. I got the Wedding Bell Blues, and yeah, a bunch of great songs. But here, the sacred woman, you guys, this is a prophecy. It's a telling of a new time and when things will change. And the issue here, or the lesson learned here, the karmic lesson with this card really, is that, what destructive forces can take place when we don't trust the divine feminine. So, in this way here, or with the native, I feel like they were saying that, they weren't trusting Mother Earth. They weren't regarding the earth. They weren't taking care of the earth, and that's what that's about, I believe, right? Maybe they were shooting too many white buffalo, or you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, because we know that the buffalo nearly went extinct. Yeah. So let's have a look at that card because it's very rich. If you kind of like this native wisdom, right? I always do. There is a wild power and sacred divinity that must be respected by both men and women. And interestingly enough, the word sacred is very rooted in the same word sacral, or the sacral, however you want to pronounce it, chakra, which is the second chakra. And this, this talks about the divine and feminine because it represents the reproductive organs. So this is really the second chakra. This is highly interesting, right? It's all connected. We're all connected. And we just are, right? Yeah, we are, and that's another explanation. Even the religions have, they have their own. It shows the similarities between them, and the chakras can show you that as well. But we don't have time to explain that today. No, we don't. And let's look at this here: the Native American Indian legend. Okay. Of white buffalo calf woman is closely connected to the concept of the divine feminine, although it is more extreme than real life. That's how it is. That's how these cards are. They could be, in order to tell the story, they have to be a little bit dramatic, right? That's what I like to say, dramatic. Her story does send an important message. In the legend, white buffalo calf woman annihilates a man who thinks he can simply embrace her and claim her like a piece of property. I feel like what happened here is that somebody was not trusting their feminine energy, their divine feminine energy, and they didn't respect this. They didn't respect you, Sagittarius, as being their divine partner, I believe, because he runs back with guilt. And here's the unicorn sitting here like, well, you didn't know that this was paradise? You really didn't see that? Look how beautiful it is. You must be really, really out of it, right? Yeah, interesting. And yeah, let's see what else we have. Yeah. And so, okay, let's see. The man who senses her divinity and wild power is spared the same fate because she can see that even though he holds his bow and arrow up to her in fear, he respects her power. You see, this is about respecting and somebody realizing that they were like not trusting their intuition or in their lower self. That's the best way to say it. Yeah. It looks like there was a divine masculine who was not trusting his divine feminine self, but it could be switched, right? Possibly. Okay, now we have manifestation here. And here she is, and she has the number 8 here on her with these 2 rings, which is, you know, about power. We're in an 8 year, so I feel like everybody will be able to step into their personal power. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm dealing with this detox. Been dealing with it, right? But to step into their divine power if they are authentic and true to themselves, because Aquarius is about being true to yourself, and we are in Pluto in Aquarius here. Can't stress that enough, right? All right, let's see what we have, Sagittarius, and somebody's trying to return to you. And you know, they went to what do you call that? They went and rescued their brain. Yeah, they did, Sagittarius, right? That doesn't sound very nice, does it? So today we're using this deck here, and we have the Queen of Wands and the Devil. And in this, you know, these are the angels, right? And I rarely use this deck, but today we'll use it. I find it to be a little bit unique here. Queen of Wands, the Devil, and the Page of Cups. Okay, so here, the Queen of Wands is you, Sagittarius, right? You have this this beautiful African woman, I believe. And she's an angel, and she has this beautiful sunflower. I love sunflowers. It's like that's my favorite flower. Interestingly enough, it's not the most beautiful flower in terms of like traditional beauty, kind of, right? It doesn't have that many colors, but there is definitely this grandiosity or grandiose, right? There is beauty here, and probably using the word a little bit wrong here. And we have, this is creativity, though. Right? And so, yeah, it definitely does represent creativity. This is the sunflower is, I'm sure somebody else could tell me, you know, a lot about it, right? People who really kind of study flowers and, you know, things like that. But this here is about creativity, and this is an ancient flower. Yeah, it is. And I love trees that look ancient. I feel like the fig tree looks, I feel like it is ancient, but there are some trees that are very ancient, and you can tell often when you look at them as well. I feel like they're really interesting to me. Okay, we have the angel of freedom, and this is the devil. So somebody here has like, they unchain themselves. Here's the man taking the chain off of this animal, but he's an angel too. Everybody's an angel here, right? They didn't put any wings on the dolphin here because you can't see the dolphin, right? And he said, I can't swim with it wings. Please, power and light, don't put any wings on me. So here he is taking the chains off and becoming free. And we have this up here with liberation. So we definitely have a theme of freedom in this reading, right? Somebody's liberating themselves. Yes, they are. And the angel of freedom, here he is. And somebody is freeing themselves from something they no longer believe in. And they don't believe in it anymore because the sacred woman woke them up. Yeah. She said, wake up here and start trusting your intuition. And yeah, and maybe somebody was arrogant or macho, right? It's interesting how we say that, but you don't really have to be outwardly macho. You just don't. You could, maybe if you are not trusting your divine feminine, you haven't really, it's just missing. You haven't developed it yet, but you might not be outwardly arrogant or, egotistical, but I feel like somebody was in some way here. Maybe it was in a subtle way, but now the sacred woman comes in and says, no, you're not. You're going to respect me, and you're going to respect the divine feminine energy here. And when that is missing, this is when destructive forces can happen. We know that. We see people who do really well in their careers, and they seem like they have it all, but they're not really happy. So those people are typically in the divine masculine, but too much. We have to really regulate the yin and the yang, right? We do. We have, just like the chakras must be balanced. It's the same pretense, really, or yeah, I feel like it is. Okay, now we have the Page of Cups, and this is friendship. So, you know, he's befriending the dolphin here. Yeah, somebody wants a renewal with you, and they are a friend. Or they are coming to talk to you. Page of Cups, remember he's a messenger, right? Sometimes he's a kid. Can talk about new starts, because the page is, you know, there's a sense of it being a level, like the lower level or the start kind of. But this person's coming to tell you, or they're coming to reunite with you, but based on friendship first. That could be the case here, right? And maybe they really, you know, I don't know. Maybe they said you're an enemy in the past, Sagittarius. I don't think so, but I'm just saying, you know, sometimes people get really confused about their own feelings, and especially if they are not in their divine feminine. Power. Yeah, power, right? Yeah. And who does she have? She has the white buffalo here. Beautiful baby white calf. They call this the white, well, he's a calf, I believe. But anyway, so she has all the feathers here. The heart is gleaming from her hand. Interesting how they say there's chakras in the hands. Some say that, right? And some say there's like up to like, is it 300 chakras in the body? I'm not sure, but definitely the meridians, the meridian pathways, which are very related to energy pathways, in the hand, in the foot with reflexology, right? Yeah. And she has the catcher, the dream catcher in the back. She does. And yeah, it's very cool here. And so let's see what else we have, Sagittarius. Somebody's coming to, maybe they feel like, maybe that's their way back to you to, you know, start a friendship first. I feel like this person, you know, it's interesting here because maybe they have understood their divine feminine energy because you were a friend to them. Yeah, it's interesting because they could be seeing you, when you see somebody as a friend, you see them as a different light, in a different light, in a way. There's something extra, of course, because when they are a friend, they appear to be on our level, or they don't appear to be threatening, kind of. So, you know, when somebody sometimes is in this, it's kind of deep here, but when they're not trusting the divine feminine, or they're too much in the divine masculine, often they might need different things to wake them up. They could have thought, well, Sagittarius is a friend here, so this is really important to me. This is richer than I thought. And yeah, it's really interesting that way. Let's see what else we have. Everybody learns in a different way, or kind of wakes up, or it facilitates their enlightening process or the awakening process, right? In a different manner. They do. Let's see what else. We have the Four of Swords, Sagittarius, and here it is, and it's healing in this deck. Yeah, they don't really mention much else here. You know, I mean, sometimes it's, you know, introspection and things like that. But it is healing, and it is healing of the mind, you know, and this could be saying that your friendship here kind of calms this person, or the thought of them, maybe them refriending you, right? Not defriending you. What do they call that when they... What do you call that when you, you put somebody in the friend zone, right? Yeah, right. They used to crack me up. You put them in the friend zone, right? Which means we're no longer romantically connected. You could still be my friend, right? Yeah, but this here with the swords, this is healing of the mind. This is calming. This is healing anxiety. It can be. And I feel like your friendship, this person thinking about your friendship, or even if you're married to this person, it doesn't matter. There's some type of camaraderie or friendship here, right? That has helped ease this person's heart. Or maybe this is you, because we're not sure who's doing what, right? Maybe you're the one taking the chains off. Maybe you're gaining your freedom here, but there's a whole story here, and it's a very nice one. I feel like it is. I feel like this is going to culminate into manifestation right here. Yeah, she's meditating so she can manifest. Yes, she is. And, you know, once again, the sunflowers are here. So definitely must be, you know, a connection between sunflowers and manifestation. I'm sure there is, because it's an ancient flower, as I said. Now we have the Six of Cups. These read in the upright only, so we'll take it like that. And I keep flipping the deck because, I don't know, nervous fingers here, Sagittarius. We have support, right? Here's the support card. And this is the Six of Cups. Interesting, because sixes can talk about responsibilities or priorities, right? And when somebody feels like somebody else is a priority, they will seek support. Yeah, it's really interesting how that works, right? They will seek maybe their own support, maybe support of a friend, right? Could be. But this is support here, the Six of Cups. And we know traditionally that this may be somebody from your past. Yeah. And this is the mindset in this reading. And I feel like you are offering support here. I also feel like somebody could be coming to tell you that they will support you here. Because of this good attitude that is gained, Sagittarius. The Sacred Woman talks about banishing bad attitudes. The Sacred Woman. You're going to respect. You're going to respect Sagittarius, or you're going to respect the Divine Feminine, or you're going to respect your intuition possibly, but you're going to respect here. And when we see support, we always know there is respect, right? Yeah, this person could be coming to tell you that, because here's the Page of Cups. Let's see what else we have. Five of Wands. We're going to go ahead and talk about these as we go. Sagittarius. The High Priestess is here, and she is the Angel of Power here. And we have transformation. Hold on one second, you guys, please. Thank you. Okay, turn the heater off here. Okay, so let's see what we have, Sagittarius. And in the environment here is the Angel of Power. Now, the power shows up because somebody is operating in a very balanced way. They've balanced themselves with the yin and the yang. We know this because of the Sacred Woman, right? It's all about the Divine Feminine and balancing that. So here, this is the Angel of Power. Maybe there is a Pisces or a Scorpio. Yeah, and interestingly enough, you know, the sixth chakra, which is the pineal gland, this is your intuition, right? This is ruled by Neptune, which is Pisces. Yeah, and then Scorpio's over here, Angel of Transformation. Really interesting. Yeah, which, you know. So we have change, Sagittarius, a huge change. This lady's leaving. This is a huge change. She's going to live a new life. This man over here is returning to this life here. He said, hey, do I still have a chance? Yeah. Do I have to get in line? And, yes, this is change. Manifestation is change. This is going from not manifesting to manifesting, right? Of course, death is change. There's a huge change here in this reading. And it's beautiful. We see this Aries card, and it talks about, I told you that Aries start things. They create new beginnings for themselves. This talks about, it is the first card, first sign, and it's a cardinal sign, which means that, you know, and this is, your life purpose is to pioneer and lead the way. So how this relates here is I feel like somebody is coming to break new ground with you. as a courageous and conquering hero. Yeah, somebody could be trying to come here in a way and be like a hero. And what I mean by that, they could be trying to save this relationship, the sacred woman. This man's trying to save this paradise for himself. He's shook up. He goes, I don't know if Sagittarius is even here anymore. It's kind of this energy here. Yeah, this is Aries as well, taking control. He's like the Roman warrior here, but no matter, right? Here's the Aries sign. And with Virgo showing up here, you know, this is interesting because it can talk about health or work. But in this reading here, Virgo talks about, like, I want my life to work well, because it's the daily routine is so important to them. Everything is like done with methodology, or, you know, the right steps, and I'm doing this the right way, and what's the best way to do this, because that's what Virgo is about. That's why they make good employees too, because they, or even good, you know, owners, business owners, because they see the details. But somebody sees here that if you guys support each other, Sagittarius, here's that card, that everything will work out fine. And I feel like that's what this is about. This person wants to work things out with you after they had some type of, you know, epiphany about you and their own life, definitely about themselves. So we see here with this Aries card, as a courageous and conquering hero, you search for challenges through which to prove yourself. This person could really be trying to come to prove themselves, because that's what he's going to do here, the warrior. He says, wait, I got to tell you something. And here's the unicorn. He's just drinking the water. He doesn't even know he's coming here, right? Wait, is there still a chance for paradise? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So let's see what else we have. And we have tests in the reading. All right, Sagittarius. So I told you to study for that trigonometry, right? Yeah, astrology has trigonometry in it. Did you guys know that? Yeah, it does. Really interesting. And so this test card, it is the 5 of Wands. These look like little sperms here, which cracks me up, right? They're wands, but they're squiggly. Yeah, it's funny. So that's okay, right? And so, but the 5 of Wands is here with the angel wings. This is, the fives are all about change and challenging changes, right? Any 5 is like, you know, you could be going off to college, and yeah, it's an exciting time, but it's also challenging because it's the unknown. You don't know if you're going to really like that college, or maybe, you know, you're concerned about maybe fitting in or just something like that, right? And while at home, you got all your best friends and everything's familiar to you. So the 5s are about changes and challenging changes. And this is about changes with movement, right? Changes like physical movement, like changes moving forward. This is about passion and courage too, that can be a little bit challenging. And here we have tests. So somebody here is going to test the waters with you because it's here. And the concern here is sadness. And this is the 5 of Cups. This person may feel like maybe because there's regret with the sacred woman. There's regret with the warrior here. Yeah, maybe the way he cut his hair. Just kidding, Sagittarius. Remember they used to have, I think they considered that a Caesar cut, right? Remember a lot of men were wearing Caesar cuts, but shorter, which only some men can wear that, all right? Don't get mad if you have one, Sagittarius, and you're thinking, gee, I wonder if it looks good, right? Just kidding. Caesar cut. And so, yeah. And so this 5 of Cups, the sadness in the concern, and they could have made you sad because there's a level, there's some form of regret here in the reading. Yes. So now we have in the environment is power. There's power because somebody realized here, somebody had an epiphany. They're like, yeah, I wasn't doing anything great when I was maybe being macho or arrogant, or possibly I didn't see. Often when we're arrogant or not trusting the divine, or just kind of unbalanced, within ourselves, about who we really are. And on this consciousness level, if we are in our lower consciousness, we often can't see the mistakes we made, or honestly the opportunities that are in front of us, because we're being stubborn and we're blocking. I mean, I feel like that's what happened in the past here. somebody might have been possibly being stubborn or egotistical or something like that. So the concern here, the fact that this person's going to be testing this, you could be the one who they made you sad here, possibly, Sagittarius. It is possible here. This person could be setting themselves free from something, because this is a whole, like, my paradise is with Sagittarius here. And this one too. This is like, I need to go where, you know, my joy is. She's liberating herself for like a whole new world. I mean, in this deck, in this card, she's only about, I don't know, 27. I'm not really sure. It's a beautiful woman here. But, you know, she could be, you know, 65, but it doesn't matter. The feeling of joy, that's what I'm saying. This could be a huge change, right? And so the celebration card is the hope here, right? The hope, wow, it's a long reading. This is hoping for a celebration, hoping to reunite, most likely, because the wildflowers is renewal. And in the potential outcome is transformation, Sagittarius. We're going to end this reading because it's beautiful. Some big change here for you. Somebody could be coming back with, sometimes the Page of Cups has an apology. Sometimes he does. He's speaking with love. Usually his message is of love. And in this reading where there's like healing here and these 2 5s, they could definitely be apologizing and wanting forgiveness. But yeah, this is powerful, because somebody is standing in their divine feminine power, and it's really improving their life tenfold. Thank you so much, you guys. Get your psychic reading with me. Yeah, and if you want to go, I'll be linking the video below with Pluto and Aquarius. I feel like it's a cool reading. Yeah, and it is and once again about Pluto and Aquarius and all the changes for all of us as humanity, and also the 12 signs. Thank you so much. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.